Well, I need to cut a bunch of dados. I have a table saw, but I don't have a dado blade. And I've used dado blade setups before, and they're kind of finicky. You have to adjust the shims and such on. They take a ton of time to set up. So I'm going to show you today a better way to cut a dado, not using a table saw, but instead using a router. Let's take a look. So here's the template that I built for my router for cutting dados. Basically, it's just a sheet of plywood, and it has two runners that are attached to it that are the exact width of the router, the base on it. So the router just slides in there and slides back and forth to do the cut. How I started it basically was I attached these two runners, and then I just kept adjusting my depth down until I was all the way through it. And obviously when you're cutting dado, you adjust it down through this, and then however deep you want the depth of your dado to be. So let's set it up and see it in action. Okay, so here's the setup for this router dado combo. So I've taken one of our trim boards that we cut off, trimmed it down to 3 inches, and I'm just using that as a fence. I've ensured that we're at a 90-degree angle right here for the dado to be cut. And I've taken a shim on both sides. I got 3/4 inch, which is the same thickness of the material, but as we're going through it might bind, so I've shimmed it up just a hair, and I've adjusted the depth of the router bit down to account for that. So simply we'll just start the router up and run it down. It's a little tight. I need to add some wax to that, but run it down and away we go. So I thought I had the camera going, but I didn't. I already cut one. So let's go ahead and slide the next one in and cut that. These boards are so warped that they are being a pain in the rear. Okay, so there's a few different things you could do with this. You could set up a permanent table, which is something that I'd like to do once I get a little more shop space. You could set these up on pins to where they just auto adjust down to the depth of whatever material you're cutting, which would be preferable. I should have probably done that, but anyhow, we have our dados marked. I know I'm in line, so let's go ahead and cut it. Alright, let's see how we did. I can get this warped board through. So as you can see, that's a pretty clean dado right there. Anyhow, I've got a whole bunch more of these to do, so I'll get to it. But that's how you can cut a dado with a router instead of having to go through all the effort of shimming and setting up a dado set on the table saw. Simple, pretty quick. If you got a lot of dados to do, but don't do it all the time, then this might be a good setup for you, a good way for you to go. Because most people own a router, but they don't own a dado set. Anyhow, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe.